I'm gonna use the detail. It looks like a paintbrush. It took me a while to trust that I could work this baby, but it's super simple once you know. And this edge is gonna help us. So when you get matched to Saint, you get matched to 3 colors. Contour, I know it's dark, but it emphasizes the shadows of our face. So it's almost like an ashy tone because we're giving those shadows a little more depth and your face a little more dimension. The lightest color takes place of your concealer if you were a makeup girl. But if not, this is just the lightest color. And you're going to put it kind of mid-face to bring light to your eyes. The third color is your main highlight color, the one that looks most like your skin tone. And we'll kind of put that where we don't have product, blend it all out. It's the best stuff, I promise. Okay, so I'm using this weird paintbrush and I'm going to wiggle into my contour color. Remember, they're a little ashy. We're gonna try to find my cheekbone and go right up and under. You can go off your landmarks, top of ear to outer corner of eye, and we're just gonna kind of emphasize that cheekbone. And if you're like, I don't think I have one, you do, but you can just go off your landmarks. So top of ear to outer corner of eye, and we're just gonna kind of chisel out our face, okay? We're gonna blend in the end, so don't get scared here. And it doesn't have to be perfect, as you see. It is not perfect, but we're lifting the face here, okay? We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. I just kind of wiggle in. That's it, because you don't need much. If you use too much, you won't like it. This cream, all cream makeup, is designed to be kind of a 1-layer makeup, which I actually really, really love. So same thing over there, top of ear to outer corner of eye. We're chiseling out those cheekbones. And then we're just gonna kind of go temple to temple. Now I'm hollowing in my temples, you can see it. So don't put contour there because that's gonna accentuate the hollowing. If you don't have hollowing in your temples, go ahead and put contour there. But if you do, like me, go right above that hollowing along your hairline to the other side, to right above your temple. Okay, and this is just emphasizing the roundness of our head. And if we do have a long forehead like myself, it helps it appear just a hair shorter. So right along that hairline, right above the temple to temple. Okay, we're still on contour. I know, we're gonna chisel out our face here. So now we're going eyebrow line down the nose. I did not do this step for a good 6 months because I was scared, but that is not beautiful. But you'll see that this narrows my nose. And this cream was meant to be worn together. So it's just gonna blend out like I did an amazing job, okay? So I know it looks a little scary. And I am a little scared. I get a little scared every time I apply these. But I promise when you blend it out, you're like, oh, yeah, I know what I'm doing. So eyebrow line down the nose on both sides because we're narrowing that schnoz. You might have a cute little tiny nose where you don't even want to do this, and that is fine. I put a little contour under that lip for a little added pucker because it kind of gives a little more attention to that lower lip. Why not? And then the last part of the contour, you see this natural shadow. We're just going to make it a little deeper to really chisel out that jawline. It's really pretty to have like a chiseled, snatched, I don't know if I like that word, jawline. So then I brush it back right away because if I don't see it, I will forget about it. But it just kind of chisels out that natural jawline. We're done with contour. We're ready for the brightening highlight. So I'm going to stick with my detail brush and I'm going to bop into my brightening highlight. You see what I'm doing? Bop in. Like really, that's all you do. No need to dig, swipe, you bop in. And I'm gonna make like a little sprout kind of above the brows, in between the brows. And then I'm gonna go down my nose a little. And then I put a little on the tip of my nose, and then I hit my Cupid's bow. This is the triangle of light. I actually had to Google this, but it's like your eyebrows is like the top of the triangle, and then the end of your eyebrow to your lip. So that's kind of what we want to brighten and bring light to. So in between the brows, down the nose, tip of the nose, Cupid's bow. I have a ton of blue here, so I kind of go crazy with the brightening highlight there. You probably don't, so you might just need a little dot on your Cupid's bow. And then a little dot right on my chinny chin chin. And then we're going with the brightening highlight on the inner corner of the eye. Remember, this area is becoming a problem area for me. I've got a little bit of crepiness, a little bit of laxity in the skin. So a tiny amount is gonna serve you the most. So you just kind of get I didn't even re-dip back in, but we're just working with that tiny amount, and I kind of almost blend it out as I go. So same thing over there, tiny bit, inner corner. I got a lot of blue and purple tones underneath that inner corner of the eye. And then we're gonna, yikes, don't worry, it'll blend. And then we're gonna go outer corner up, okay? And I probably used too much there. But you see how this is gonna lift my eye. And we're gonna blend it out in the end. So same thing over here, a tiny bit to go off that lower lash line up because it's gonna lift our eye. You see what this makeup is kind of doing? Just kind of giving our face a little, okay? So we're done with the brightening highlight. We're ready for the main highlight, the third part of the 3D foundation, the one that looks most like your skin tone. I switched to the blush and bronzer brush. Remember, if you're just getting one, the 3D brush will work, okay? So we're bopping into our main highlight, just a bop, not a dig, swipe, whatever, just a bop. And then we're kind of pressing where we don't have product. So that lower half of the face, kind of where I have a beard actually. I have very furry face with peach fuzz. I did get dermaplaned once, but I was like, wow, that's a lot of hair. And I mean, how many times do I have to do that every week? I should do it again probably, but I'm worried it's gonna come back like black or something. Okay, so the main highlight, just on that lower half of the face, where you don't have product, where you want a little extra coverage. See how I'm pink here? I'm gonna add blush. So I'm not going to cover that up with this because the blush that I'm going to add is a pink, you know? So you don't need to cover every part of your face. We're ready to blend this out light to dark. I'm just blending. It's best to stipple, like press in, especially if you know you don't have too much. But you'll see me kind of swiping. But the pressing in, which is also known as stippling, is actually best for your skin, especially your delicate little under eye skin. So try to use the stippling method if at all possible. Okay, we're just blending that out. I kind of like a little bit of line here. So I don't blend it completely gone because I love how it lifts the eye. So I like to blend light to dark. The nice thing about all of the Saint, is that it is all made by the same company, so it is cohesive. It works together. You don't have to worry about pilling. You know, when different makeups combine, sometimes they have a reaction. But Saint was all made to be worn together, so it just blends so nice. Like you really just can't mess it up. So we're blending light to dark. I kind of do some circles and some swipey swipes, which you know isn't ideal. So remember to stipple if you can. Okay. Now I'm going to attack that contour, just kind of doing circles or pushing it back into my hairline. And then I'm going to buff these little nose lines out. By buff, I mean basically just run my brush over them a little bit to make them a little bit less pronounced. But you see how this just kind of naturally blends and melds into your skin. It's like, you know, anybody can do it. Okay, we're gonna lift up and back with that cheekbone contour, just kind of pushing little flicks up and back. The reason this actually needs to go up and back is because we don't wanna drag the face down. So if you do big circles here or push it down, your face is not, the contour isn't helping your face. So always flick up and back for that contour lift. This is part of the Saint lift. Just flicking that up and back. So here we have 3D foundation on. Boom. When you get this down, it takes about 2 to 3 times to know how much you like, things like that, but you can whip this out in 5 minutes or less. Okay, let's add a lip or cheek. I felt very spring summer-like, so I brought down Dahlia. But don't worry, we have nice subtle shades too. I just was feeling the spring, summer coming. Okay, so Dahlia is a beautiful matte pink. We have glosses, semi-glosses, and satins. And we have pretty much any shade you would like. Some of my favorites are Nude, Summer Love, Desert Sunset. And I love Dahlia too. And our lip cheeks double as lip cheeks, so I'm gonna put Dahlia on my cheeks because I hate not knowing what goes together for lip cheeks, you know? It's like, okay, well, I like Dahlia on my lips, but am I gonna like it on my cheeks? You usually do. If you like what it looks like on your lips, you're gonna like it as your cheek color. And you don't have to worry if they go together because they're the exact same shade. Love that. Like, take the guessing out of makeup. Just take it out of the makeup, please. That's how I was. So when I found this, I was like, yes, this is exactly what I need. And I see that I have a little brightening highlight that I can blend. But this is the beautiful Dahlia. She is a wonderful pink shade. And you can always make them more subtle by going a little bit lighter handed. I got a little peeling here because I let my face burn in San Antonio. Big mistake, huge. But it'll get better. So this is Dahlia on my lips and cheeks. And I talked to you about bronzer. I never go a season or a day without it. I feel like everybody needs it. And it's super nice now because it helps you transition into the deep summertime. So this is the blush and bronzer brush. If you get bronzer, you need it. And there's a way to save money. There's a bronzer bundle. So it includes the brush and the bronzer of your choice. Bella works best for most skin tones. If you're super fair, I probably say to go with tan lines. And if you have a deep, rich, beautiful tone, Heat Waves. But this is Bella. And I just kind of circle my blush and bronzer brush in there. And then you just kind of make a C shape. So like top of cheek, top of forehead. Just for that, nice golden glow. No shimmer, no orange, just a bronze sun-kissed glow. So don't miss out on her. We do have setting powder if you're a setting powder gal. $16 just pops right in your palette. I love it to put it around my eyes. Let's put a little around my eyes. Or eyes and mid-face because I feel like that's where I could use a little bit of extra blurring of the fine lines and wrinkles. And those parts of our face move the most, our eyes and our mouth. So this kind of sets the makeup in those areas of our face that move a lot. So all of our eyeshadows, $14. They're stunning. They're stunning. And I have a ton of content with them too coming. If you need anything, I am here for you. I love this stuff. I love to help with this stuff because I truly believe there's nothing better and it makes you just feel good.